The wedding day betrayal. The chapel was bathed in golden light as soft music echoed beneath the vaulted ceiling. Rows of fresh roses lined the aisle, their petals trembling slightly in the breeze that drifted through the open doors. Guests murmured quietly, faces glowing with expectation. All eyes turned as the string quartet shifted to the wedding march. Claire Bennett stood at the far end of the aisle, radiant in a flowing ivory gown. Her chestnut curls were pinned with delicate pearls, and her soft brown eyes shimmered with nervous joy. Her father gently squeezed her arm, and she took her first step toward the man she thought would be her forever. Ethan Rhodes stood at the altar, but something in his stance felt off. His shoulders were stiff, hands clenched in front of him. His blue suit was perfect, tailored just as Claire liked, but his eyes kept darting toward the guests instead of watching her. There was no smile, no warmth in his gaze. Claire didn't notice. Not at first. Her heart was pounding too loudly. This was the happiest day of her life, and she was marrying the man who had once crossed a crowded bookstore just to ask about the novel she was reading. Ethan had been charming, patient, and driven. He had proposed under a starlit sky in Santorini. They dreamed of a quiet life, a family, building something together. But when she reached the altar, something cracked. Ethan didn't take her hands. Instead, he turned slightly, his jaw tight. I can't do this, he said, voice barely above a whisper. A ripple of confusion swept through the chapel. Claire blinked. What? Ethan looked past her, scanning the seated guests. His eyes landed on someone. Sienna Moore, a striking woman with red lips and a crimson dress that barely played by the rules of wedding etiquette. Sienna raised one elegant brow, and the faintest smile touched her lips. I'm sorry, Ethan said, louder now. I thought I was ready. I thought this was right. But it's not. Claire's breath caught in her throat. The room seemed to tilt. You're joking, she whispered. Ethan took a step back. I didn't mean to hurt you. I just can't lie anymore. I'm in love with someone else. Gasps echoed from the pews. Claire felt the world collapse inward. She stared at him, at the man she had trusted with everything, and watched as he turned his back on her, walked down the aisle he was meant to carry her through, and stopped beside Sienna. No one moved. No one understood. Sienna stood gracefully, slipped her hand into Ethan's, and the two of them walked out, side by side, like it had been their wedding all along. Claire's knees buckled. Her father caught her just before she fell.